19 after the hour. If you saw Rocky IV, you remember this big guy. He's Dolph Lundgren, the one in the red trunks. Well, we asked Dolph to go to Las Vegas for us, where some real boxers, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, John Mugabi, and James Shuler will put on a show tonight.
Las Vegas. For years, the gambling capital of America, and of course, the entertainment capital as well. But not all entertainment is what we think of as show business. Big-time boxing has established a real home in Las Vegas. And let's face it, boxing is show business. But how many singers and dancers do you know who rehearse like this? Is this any way to make a living?
There's blood all over Marvin Hagler's face!
Those gloves, they're supposed to protect the fighter's hands, not his head, often don't protect anything. Tommy, you broke your hand last April, punching Hagler. Now, how big of a problem do you think that'll be tonight?
There's not going to be any problem at all, because my mind is not going to be on my hand.
This is where it will happen. The ring at Caesar's Palace. Hagler and Mugabi in one fight, Hearns and Shuler in the other. 2 titles are on the line, but for boxing fans, something even more important is at stake. If Hagler and Hearns both win their fights, we'll see a rematch of last year's 8-minute war.
Hagler, he's hurt!
Well, it was Hearns for 3 minutes, then Hagler took over, and it was all over.
Hearns is down! Hearns is down!
Take my word for it. This isn't the way Tommy Hearns usually works out. They don't call him the Motor City Cobra for nothing.
I hope it's a brawl. I hope he come right at me. I throw his very thing at me, so I can give him mine. Right there, but tie all shoes straight together and just rumble.
James Shuler isn't 22-0 because he's not a good fighter.
The North American Boxing Federation James "Black Gold" Shuler.
John the Beast Mugabi has no doubt about what he'll do in the ring against Hagler.
This fight is gonna be tough, and I'm gonna knock Marvin Hagler down. I'm telling you, I'm serious. I don't lie.
I've been hit square before. I've been in there with some of the best. And I gotta tell you, when you catch me with a good shot, I'm gonna come back that much more meaner.
Hagler has never much care for the Nevada judges, so he doesn't let his fights reach a decision.
This is my judge right here, my bidders. If you want to bet on this, this is K, and this is O.
John Mugabi, 26-0, 26 knockouts. Now that's power in the ring.
Marvin Hagler has been around a lot longer than John Mugabi and had a lot more fights than him. I think there's going to be a big experience factor in that fight.
Marvin, are you worried about concentrating against Mugabi? Don't you think the name Thomas Hearns will be somewhere in the back of your mind?
Tommy Hearns is not in the back of my head. Marvin Hagler's in the back of Tommy Hearns' head.
I suppose it won't surprise anyone if Hagler and Hearns do win their fights. But Hagler's opponent is John Mugabi, and they don't call him the Beast for nothing. And Shuler is no club fighter either. By this time tomorrow, we'll know. Is there going to be a Hagler-Hearns rematch, or will the boxing world find itself with a couple of new heroes to dote on?
Well, I'll let the public be the one that determine whether or not I'm the great one or not. But in my eyes, all I drive for is just to be the best, to be #1.
All the training they have to go through. Tomorrow, David will talk to the winners or the survivors of tonight's fights. Right now, it's 22 after the hour, and in our next...
Ever since last April, when Marvelous Marvin Hagler beat Thomas Hearns in 3 rounds, boxing fans have been waiting for a rematch between these 2 great middleweights. But before they could fight each other again, they had to win last night, and they did. Hearns knocked out James Shuler in the first round, 113. It took Marvin Hagler 11 rounds to knock out John Mugabi. Tommy Hearns and Marvelous Marvin Hagler with us live this morning from Las Vegas. Good morning, Marvelous. Good morning, Thomas.
Good morning, Dave.
Congratulations, guys. Marvin, take us right to it, would you? Rematch? Is there going to be a rematch, and if so, when?
Well, first of all, I want to give a big hand to all them people who showed up last night because of the weather conditions. But, you know, right now I'm going to take a little time off and put our strategy together and let my manager and them put things together, whether or not it'll happen or not.
Well, Thomas, what about you? Are you ready to take on Hagler now again?
Well, this is something that I had a year to think about there, Dave, and now that I had this time to get myself together, I feel that I'm definitely ready.
Tommy, watching the fight last night, watching Marvin...
What more money, though?
What was your reaction to an 11th round knockout?
Well, I figured we'll go probably 5 or 6 rounds. But looking at the fight and seeing both guys in there, it was quite difficult for anybody to make any kind of decision or to comment about how far the fight might go, because the guys was putting out an awful lot up there. It was throwing a lot of blows.
Marvin, how surprised were you it took until the 11th round?
Well, in the beginning, I thought it would be a toss-out, but I know how determined that Tommy is to try to get a rematch with me. So about yesterday, I started going in favor of Tommy, figuring because of the way Shuler was mounting off, and Tommy was so quiet, cool, and calm and collected as he always is. But I figured that Tommy did the right thing, the right height advantage and everything, and he looked good out there. And this is what the people came to see, a Hagler and a Hearns, and I think things went very well for both of us.
Marvin, how surprised were you, though? It took you 11 rounds. You had him in trouble in the 6th, but you got him in the 11th. How surprised were you it took that long?
Well, I think that really the fight could have been stopped in the 6th round, and they took a lot of punishment. A very dangerous opponent, and no way. I had to retreat and had to pick up another strategy to go back at him. But I knew I had him. I stayed ahead of him in every fight, every round, and it was just a matter of time, Dave. And I needed to work, probably a little layoff in the rest. Didn't really affect me, but maybe in some ways it probably did.
How's your eye this morning?
Well, my eye is a little swollen, but I'm looking a lot better now. I just came out of the tub. It's not my first, and it won't be my last, probably, Dave.
Tommy, what's it going to take when you guys fight again, and I'm assuming you're going to fight again, even though the two of you aren't saying it right now, what's it going to take to beat Marvin next time out?
Strategy, a lot of hard work. I think that get myself in the gym and working real hard, getting right down to business. I think that's what it's going to take to beat Marvin. It's a lot to probably just to go out and outboxing. Don't get in a slugfest. Leave that alone.
You know, the two of you guys this morning, contrary to the way, the sense we got of the relationship between you before the last fight, this morning you guys seem like you're buddies, you're pals. How do you...
That's all right. We made money.
Well, we know,
make more money.
We know that we're going to get paid for the next one.
All right, so that means there is going to be a next one. When's it going to be, guys?
Leave it up to our managers.
We don't know. We're just leaving it up to let our managers make that decision. Get together with the promoters and see what they can come up with.
Tommy and Marvelous Marvin, thank you, gentlemen. Congratulations again this morning. Good to have you with us.
Dave, can I say one thing? Let me tell you, Mugabi proved to me that he was a better fighter than what I gave him credit for, and I think that he would raise a lot of hell in there in the junior middleweight division, and I hope that he keeps going for it.
Wait a minute, you put him down in my weight. He can go ahead all day. He can raise all the hell he want ways down there, because I'm moving on up.
Ya para darnos a conocer